Welcome everyone. Today we focus on a critical foundation of worksite excellence, safety in construction, with specific emphasis on erection and closing operations. Structural erection carries significant risks, from heavy lifting and crane maneuvers to high elevation rigging. Equally crucial are the closing operations, securing site perimeters, de-rigging, and stabilizing every component to eliminate lingering hazards. In this presentation, we will explore core safety protocols, hazard mitigation strategies, and practical controls designed to protect every crew member on site and ensure zero incident execution from start to finish. Erecting and dismantling scaffolding remains one of the most hazardous activities across the construction sector. The associated risks, ranging from falls from height to dropped objects, affect not only the assembly crew, but also adjacent trades and the public nearby. Because the stakes are so high, scaffolding safety requires universal commitment. This framework is designed not just for scaffolders, but for clients, planning supervisors, and principal contractors responsible for site safety. A safe build relies on proactive planning, stable foundations, certified tie-in procedures, and enforced exclusion zones. In the following sections, we will explore the critical steps and risk controls necessary to ensure all scaffolding operations are executed with zero compromise on safety. Next, let's examine the law and planning for safety. Our operational standards are anchored by foundational UK legislation, including the Health and Safety at Work, etc. Act 1974, the CDM Regulations 1994, the Health, Safety and Welfare Regulations 1996, and the Management of Health and Safety at Work Regulations 1999. While we won't dissect every statutory clause today, it is vital to recognize that legal accountability applies across the entire project lifecycle, from developers and main contractors down to self-employed trades. In straightforward terms, compliance comes down to proactive execution. Every scaffolding operation must be thoroughly planned in advance, and those planned controls must be strictly carried through on-site to ensure full safety and complete legal compliance. Moving on to scaffold licenses and public safety compliance. Whenever scaffolding needs to be erected on or over a public highway, footway, or pavement, obtaining a formal license from the local authority is mandatory prior to installation. If your design includes a protective fan to catch falling debris, be aware that a separate, additional permit is typically required. These licenses carry strict conditions to safeguard the public. They often define requirements such as mandatory nighttime warning lights, high visibility base painting, and specific height restrictions for cantilevered catch fans. Always engage with your local highway authority well ahead of schedule to confirm permit lead times, ensure full statutory compliance, and maintain a secure public interface. Next, we focus on the protection of the public. Whenever scaffolding operations are active, the public must be completely excluded from the immediate work area and the surrounding zone. Key risk controls include securing temporary street or pavement closures, scheduling heavy work during quiet off-peak hours, and installing protective fans, crash decks, or covered tunnels as early as possible. Always erect clear barriers and diversion signage, store loose clips and fittings securely on platform decks, and never hoist or lower materials over pedestrians or site personnel. Finally, plan for inclusive accessibility. Covered pedestrian walkways must maintain adequate width and clear, level access to accommodate disabled persons and prams safely. Now let's address scaffolders working at height and essential fall prevention protocols. Every scaffolder must adhere strictly to safe systems of work to eliminate fall hazards. When lifting or lowering components, operatives must either be securely clipped on or work from a fully boarded handling platform equipped with double guardrails and toe boards. As erection or dismantling advances, a minimum 3-board working platform accompanied by at least a single guardrail must be established. Furthermore, full-body safety harnesses are mandatory at all times. These must be equipped with a 1.75-meter lanyard and a 55-millimeter scaffold hook, or equivalent fitting, designed for quick, reliable single-handed attachment to suitable anchor points. Continuing with fall arrest criteria, safety harnesses must be clipped to a secure anchorage point, wherever a potential fall of 4 meters or more exists. To qualify as a secure anchor, the scaffold must be tied into a sound structure as erection progresses. Approved attachment points include ledgers, transoms, or guardrails supported by load-bearing couplers, or transoms fixed with single couplers on the lift above. Additionally, at least one bay must remain fully boarded out to maintain continuous ladder access throughout the full height of the structure. Safe ladder access must be incorporated as early as possible. Operatives must never clamber across structural tubing without verified access and safe working platforms on every active lift. Next, we look at maintaining the stability of scaffolds. Each year, preventable scaffold collapses occur across the country. Preventing catastrophic structural failure comes down to disciplined anchoring and load control. First, ensure all structural anchors match the building's base material and are tested and installed correctly. Ties must be fixed progressively, as the scaffold rises, and must never be struck or removed prematurely during dismantling. Keep in mind that sheeted, netted, or debris-wrapped scaffolds capture high wind loads, demanding a significantly higher density of ties to remain stable. Finally, strictly enforce platform weight limits. Never overload decks with stockpiles of tubes, fittings, or heavy gear during assembly or closing operations. Finally, we address training, supervision, and monitoring. Proper training of scaffolders is the single most essential defense against site accidents. However, strong training must be reinforced with diligent oversight. Clients, principal contractors, and site leaders share the duty to ensure all operations on their premises run safely. Fulfilling this standard comes down to 2 direct actions. Verify operative competence by checking training certifications and ensuring qualified supervision is present on site. Maintain consistent site monitoring to ensure scaffolders continuously adhere to established safety standards and working procedures. Thank you.